So let me tell you what I normally do in this interview, and we'll talk for up to maybe 20 minutes or so. Normally what I do is just give some feedback from all of those questionnaires that you answered last week, and then we just talk together about that. So, but I always like to just start with wherever you would like to start as well. I am setting the focus, the agenda, but also providing flexibility for Sarah, as I want to see where she wants to begin with the feedback. Had she just asked me to begin by giving her the feedback, I would have done that. But note that when I let her decide where to begin, I reinforce her autonomy and ability to self-reflect. It also allows me to hear her reaction to the questions she answered and hear if there is any concern on her part. I demonstrate that I am partnering with her.
Yeah, that, I mean, like, when I was doing those questionnaires, it was weird because, I mean, I guess I don't really think about, like, like drinking being, like, this huge deal, and I don't ever really think about, like how much I drink. And, like, filling out, like, how much I'm drinking every day was, like, whoa, like, I just didn't ever really think about it like that. I was like, if I try to actually count the drinks, it's kind of a lot. I mean, it's kind of a lot.
You were pretty shocked at what you learned about your patterns. I use a complex reflection to emphasize Sarah's beginning awareness. Complex reflections pick up on the emotional impact for the client. They are deepening of the client's own self-reflection. Change comes when we begin to recognize that our current behavior is discrepant with how we see ourselves.
Well, yeah, because, like, I also kind of thought that, like, I drank, like, about as much as my friends did. And then, like, I went back and I was, like, talking to my roommate about it. And I was, like, telling her that, I was drinking, like 10 drinks on the weekends, like, including Thursday. So, like, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then she was like, Sarah, that's like, that is crazy. Why are, like, where are you drinking this? And I was like, well, like, different places. And I guess, like, I don't know, my friends didn't, like, know. Anyway, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this information has opened your eyes in some ways, and as you talked to your roommate about it, she was even shocked to know that you were drinking as much as you realized when you did the questionnaire.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess it was just like, I thought that everybody was, like, doing it, but that's not really what was going on.
Yeah, the fact that your drinking stands out from others is clearly not something you had ever really taken into consideration before. Thus far, I am very careful about using the conversational style of following, focusing on demonstrating my understanding of Sarah's situation and allowing her to continue to talk. The two reflections I have done have picked up on and once again reinforced Sarah's alarm about her drinking. This is beginning to address the importance of her looking at the drinking by just reinforcing what she is already realizing.
Yeah, yeah. So that was the thing that, like, was really the most weird about doing those forms.
One of the things, motivational interviewing did start out in the addictions field and widely used there as well as other fields now. And traditionally, and still very commonly in the addiction field, addiction counselors, many of them have background as addicts themselves. And so there's this whole hardcore approach of breaking through resistance, breaking through denial. People have to be abstinent. This is a very different approach.
It is a different approach. The others have certainly been traditional, and perhaps for some people those have been effective. But in motivational interviewing, we really want the client to be the one who determines if they have a problem. And we want to give them full opportunity to be able to examine this. And then if they decide that this issue drinking in this case is a problem, to then help that person decide what their goals are around that. So it could be that Sarah decides over time, as she begins to do in this clip, that she wants to try to moderate. She wants to go to harm reduction. So we really want the client to establish their own goals. And this is a different approach than has been traditional, often in the addictions field. Yeah, and so when Dr. Miller first began his work in motivational interviewing, it was quite revolutionary for him to approach the client from this direction.